that time. So let me show you the timelines. That way you can put it together as well. Choose a different asset. Let's see. Okay, so if you look at the timelines, look at the timelines. Let's look at the timelines real quick. Hang on. Boom. Look. So if you go look, she was with him. I forgot. We'll see the time. September 21st. Look at the timeline right under my picture. September 21st, 2021. Aquarius, Saturn is the planet of karma. Aquarius is about, the opposite of Aquarius is Leo. Where's the direction and the passion of the people for the future, where's your individuality, whatever. But because she's a Libra sun, remember her ego is Libra, Saturn is 5 signs away. If you counted, they're 5 signs away forward, clockwise, right? So if you counted, they're 5 signs away. 5 signs is the house of love, passion, literally. So when Saturn entered there, all Libras kind of lost it, their passion towards whatever it was, whether it was a person, job, purpose, whatever the fuck it was. All Libras lost it, and then they found it. Hopefully, we don't know. We're still waiting. Anyways, so Saturn also went. Let me show you the rest of her chart. That way you can see it live with us. Hang on. We're gonna go to the tool. Back into here. She is a Libra. Okay, so if you notice, we got her Sun is in Mercury together. So Mercury is important in this case. Why? Because Amber Rose is ruled, her Venus, which is her attraction, her Mars, which is her one part of her passion and her drive, right, is ruled by Mercury because they're both in Virgo. So that's very important. And mind you, the Sun next to Mercury, I do want to let you know that it'll burn it out. Now, Mercury's used to this shit, so it's used to being burnt out. So it ain't going to be like, you can't really tell on it. Maybe as the person gets older. Most of the time, people that have Sun and Mercury together can't see past their ego, or sometimes even have health issues regarding the mind. No offense. You got to, whatever it is, it could have been speech impediment, something. You don't like your sibling, the Sun burned it out. If your Sun and Mercury are in the same sign, and you don't like your sibling, for an example, the Sun burned it out. So I just want to let you know that. Anyways, back to Amber Rose. Saturn enters in Aquarius. From those Virgo placements, right? Which we already know her ego is focused on the passion because Saturn is 5 signs away. Then we have all those Virgo placement, which is her love, her attraction. Right, so Amber Rose has Venus and Mars, in Virgo, which is her love, her attraction, what she's attracted to. That's where your Venus is, which her Mars is. Saturn being 6 signs away. So if you count it from a Virgo placement, Saturn being 6 signs away, which is Aquarius, will bring up karmic situations to Virgo. So ever since Saturn entered Aquarius, all Virgo placements have been going through this because the Saturn is in that 6th house. Anyways. What does the 6th house bring? Health. Sometimes brings up cheating because it's the 12th house to your 7th house. We also talked about that here. So what does that mean? Meaning, if sometimes I get asked the same fucking relationship questions, and then I'm like, okay, you really want me to tell you the truth? Bet this is what you're not seeing, because the 6th house is technically your blind spot to your relationships. So as soon as you tell me, I'm going to go look right away. What the fuck is up? Okay, this is what's up. There's nothing I can tell you. This is going to be happening the whole year, baby. Work around it. Anyways, long story short, she had that. Obviously, she don't have an astrologer, apparently. Because an astrologer would have probably told her that. Like, hey, you might want to, know that this is happening, or things are changing at your relationship. Now, let's go look at that guy. So, whatever, I don't know his name. The blonde, whatever, Cher's boyfriend, AR, I think that's what his name is. I don't really care. He's supposed to be a music producer. Hang on. Now, let me show you, before we leave her chart, that way you understand. There's ways, even without your time of birth, that thank God for me growing up in a Caribbean household. Because them people do not have their time of birth. Nobody remembers. So I am forced to prove astrology to people who gives me half-ass information. So, in particular, even without your time of birth, you could still see your husband and your boyfriends. And this is the problem. People don't understand. There's a boyfriend house that there are lovers in your life that you're supposed to experience, go through, whatever. And then you have 7th house people, which is your permanent partners who you're going to be with for a longer term. So in this case, for being that I'm not going to say that here. I might do that for Patreon. Okay, I might just show that for Patreon. So that's what I was doing. But in her case, this man, right? Let me see. Hang on. Mars is in... Okay, so in this case, let me explain to why she has a sucky Venus, right? But because she has a sucky Venus, but she has a good kind of Mars, and she's been able to attract boyfriends because she don't marry any of these people. You know, the only people that are considered her husbands, and this is what I'll tell you, even if you don't go down the aisle and get married with somebody, you have a child with that person, that is your husband. Because that man expanded you in some way, somehow. So what does that mean? So if you look at her chart, right, the ruler of her husband happens to be Mars. Mars is actually in his 12th house away, right, with Venus. Venus is in his fall. So, but the 12th house, I told you there's something wrong with the 12th house. The 12th house is working behind the scenes. People that are, like, for instance, he's a music producer, right? He works behind the scenes in the music production, whatever. And if you notice, her Mars squares her Jupiter, which means that's why she can't really distinguish. That's why they play her boyfriend. Them boyfriends be playing like her husband. Right? Because that's the energy she gives off to these men. Because Mars squares her Jupiter. Remember, she used to be a dancer. So, just FYI. Anyways, so because her Jupiter is in Sagittarius, right? And her Mars is in Virgo, that makes a square. Which is why she kind of gets a better some better boyfriends. Now, Mars in Virgo is not in a bad position, actually. Venus sucks, but Mars does fine because Mars is the planet of problems, action, and drive. Virgo is the, work. They're going to get to that. So that's why Mars and Virgos are not negative. Anyways, let's go into the other guy. By the way, she also has Lilith, right? She also has Lilith 5 signs away from her sun. So, which is probably indicating that maybe her boyfriend showed this dark desires from drugs to even addictive personalities like sex. You know what I mean? So this means all her boyfriends. So this also means Kanye. You feel me? And she has Lilith at 24 degrees. When she was with Kanye, Kanye wasn't even Kanye yet. He was still working behind the scenes on Kanye. So I just wanted to let you know that. Anyways. Different asset. Can everyone still hear me? We just gotta call. We gotta start blocking people from this phone. Okay. Look at that. Can everybody still hear me? Can everybody still hear me? Can everyone still hear me? Yes. Bing, 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 bing. Bing, 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 bing. Thank you for being here. You are here and we are queer. Happy. Thank you. Okay. Next to who's this candidate? This is the guy. He was born September 21st, 1986. By the way, I find these time of birth online. So I Google, I look at Instagram posts. I'm top flight security of the world. That's what I fucking do. Okay, so if the motherfucker celebrated his birthday and you made a post, that's on you. I now know that too. Anyways, going into, what is the next projection? He's a Virgo, 28 degrees. Interesting because she is a Libra, 27 degrees. Interesting. And those that understand degrees would be like, ooh, interesting. And I know. Okay. Anyways, this guy, same concept. I'm going to go straight to Venus and I'm going to go straight to Mars. So we got Venus in Scorpio, 11 degrees. That is the exact degree of Amber Rose. So Amber Rose has a Virgo at 11 degrees. He has a Scorpio at 11 degrees. She was in love with this man. Let me tell you something. She loved that man. Sorry, I just want to let you know that. What were we talking about? He was, what the hell is his Mars? He has a way better Mars than her. No offense. Okay, why? Because he has a Mars in Capricorn. So we got to give it props where props need to be given. You know what I'm saying? So my son, okay, so from, what does that mean? Let's conceptualize this. So we got Venus, I can't do that here, so I won't go there. Anyways, we got Venus and Scorpio with her Venus and Virgo. I might do that on Patreon. I'm going to break that down, that part on Patreon. I'm going to remember that because I'm going to break it down. Okay, so from her Venus and his Venus, they're 3 signs away. They are, because her Venus is in Virgo, his Venus is in Scorpio. Mind you, Virgos is all about the mind anyways. They like to conversate anyways. Who better to conversate with than Mr. Scorpio himself? Scorpio is all about penetrating your mind anyways. We mind fuck you before we lay you down. Right? So, because we got to get you all lathered up. You know, we got to get you mentally stimulated. And then we get, the body goes with it. It's a whole trend. It's a whole thing, you know? So, what does that mean? They had a passion. They found each other very attractive, because Virgos and Scorpios, they find each other attractive. Now, let me put it to you in another concept. Again, for Virgos, Aries, right? Mars energy also rules their 8th house of sex. That's a sexual house. The 8th house is more of a psychological sex, right? So this man, let's see, does he have any Aries placement? The man has a North Node in Aries. Oh, so he has his North Node in her 8th house, right? Follow me. His North Node is technically in her 7th house of her sun, but on Patreon, you would understand. I will break that down more there. But I just want you to know that even basically to that Virgo Venus, he turns her on completely. He has an Aries placement. He has the Scorpio placement. Those are both the Virgo's mind and the Virgo's 8th house. Then to top it all off, Mr. Better Mars than her makes a trine to her Mars, right? And his Mars is in her 5th house. So what does that mean? Virgos have Capricorn in the 5th house. So that Mars is sitting on that 5th house. That shit feel good. Trust me, baby. I got Mars in the 5th house. I'm gonna look at me lively. In person. Action. He gave her a son. Think about this. Conceptualize that. Right? He gave her a son. I think this is also the reason why she got a stupid tattoo. But I'm not gonna go there. Anyways, she got that stupid, I think. Yes, so basically, based on her Mars, right? So let's go back to how does she lay out onto him. Now, Virgo is Scorpio's 11th house. Those are so what does that mean? Scorpio don't really trust many people. They gotta be perfect. In order for a Scorpio to fucking trust you, Venus, any Virgo, any Scorpio placement, let me help you out. You have a Scorpio in your life, Scorpio child, Scorpio anything. In order for Scorpio to really understand you and trust you, you need to be fucking perfect. All the information you gotta be analyzed and gathered and neatly stored. That's why Virgo is in the 11th house. That is what makes a Scorpio like, damn, this person, oh no, I gotta keep this person. Also, Virgo is the only other human being that can withhold this much pain from a person and because they give off same energy. Feel me? Scorpio understands through pain, and so does Virgo. They're used to this shit. They like when people tell them in their face, like, you're not that fucking brilliant. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not that fucking brilliant. Anyways, that's a Virgo thing. That's a Scorpio thing. That's why they was together. That's why things were amazing. Yes, right? Amazing. But then Saturn came. Damn it. Fucking Saturn. Saturn came into Aquarius, right? And what happened? He squared all the fixed signs. This man's Venus is in fucking Scorpio. That is a 4th house connection, which means he's feeling the need is an internal purge, right? He's changing who he is. I know as a Virgo Venus myself, Amber Rose wasn't watching him change. He trying to change whatever, something like that. She not giving him no more attention. Something where their attraction stopped. You know, he stopped. The attraction towards her changed. Whether it was her parenting style, whether it was the way she ran the home. I'm sorry, this is her business, but you want me to tell you the truth? That's the truth. Something at home made Scorpios uncomfortable. So what happens when a Scorpio is uncomfortable? Maybe think he's going to burn the room. Scorpio's going to drown the whole room. Fuck that. We're going to burn the shit down. Then guess what? Their Mars gets different situations. So what happens is, through his Mars in Capricorn, right? Saturn moves into Aquarius, which means the second house is away to that Mars. His passions change. He's looking for a different change in money. He doesn't like the same energy anymore. He wants some type of tranquility, something. I don't know what this Scorpio, whether he wants the home or has somebody like his mother, because Cher could be his fucking mother. I have no idea, but he wanted it. Whatever flows your boat, A1. I'm just telling you the truth. I'm just trying to tell you the truth. What happened? Like, you want me to? I'm just be honest. I'm just telling you what happened. I was in the room with them. Okay, so, anyways, this is my synastry chart. I'm just telling you how I break things down. I gotta break things down. I gotta figure out what happened to you psychologically to make you make these decisions of, like, I want to go try that old poom poom. I want to see that raisin nut. I'm sorry. I might be too much. Sorry. I was trying to make it rhyme, and then it went too far, kind of left field. It's okay. I don't really want you to like that anyways. What we were talking about. So that was his Mars. So that's what happened between. That's very important. You need to know what's going on with your Mars and Venus. Why? Because if you're having relationship problems, there's a Mars and Venus situation going on. There is something going on that, anyways, you get the fucking point. Sorry. We're going to moving on. What else is in here that I want to tell you? He also has Mercury eclipse with Libra. Okay. Mercury happens to rule who he is as a person, his identity. This is why I was telling you there were some changes within him. He's a new person now, apparently. Also, he was going through his Jupiter return. Obviously, he has retrograde. There's nothing wrong with that, but I do want you to know that because you have Jupiter in retrograde, your morals, what you believe in, especially Jupiter is very important for a man. Jupiter is this is the reason why they want to be manly man, or the reason why they want to be husbands. Like, that's the way they try to figure out who they are in the community. This year, we're really realizing a lot of people wanted to be scarred this whole time. I just want to let you know that a lot of men, they've been scarred. Anyways, besides healing, we're going to have to move on. Okay, next one. Let's go into Cher. Cher. They don't want me to continue talking about. Let's find out about Cher. What happened to Cher? How she get some dick? Like, what's up? Not that I want any. Thank you, God. I'm content with the way my life has been going. Thank you so much. Okay, Cher. Cher is born May 20th, 1946. Sorry, just wanted to remind everybody in the crowd. She is 6 years younger than my grandmother. Interesting. Okay. So Cher has a Venus in Gemini eclipse. Interesting enough. Okay. Also, this goes back further. So I want to say there was cheating rumors back in 2021, 2020 that this guy was cheating on Amber Rose. We might have missed that, but it did came out too. But I remember that, which is interesting because at the time that it came out, Saturn was in Capricorn before Aquarius, because means Saturn was over his Mars. Saturn rules the elders, and so was the North Node. The North Node. Somebody missed the damn point. Somebody put her on to Jupiter retrograde. We can't go back. He cheated with 12 women. Oh, he's a zodiac killer. He's an astrologer, Mercedes. Okay, so A1 is I don't know what his name is. A1 is an astrologer. He had 12 different women. He was doing a survey. Damn. I just want you to know that. Anyways, we're here with the North Node in Gemini. This is Cher's chart. She has a Venus with the North Node. Okay. Mind you, again, he had a Venus. That's interesting because all of their Venus has something next to it. Like Amber Rose has Venus next to Mars. He has Venus next to Pluto. And now we have the North Node next to Venus, which technically, and I'll break that down, there's evolutions of planets, and basically he looked like he was going through, the North Node gives an Aquarius energies. This woman reminds us of his mother. Somebody. Anyways, she has Mars. What the fuck she got Mars in? What the fuck is that in? She has Mars in Leo. Mars in Leo. Mars is your boyfriend while Jupiter is your husband. Leo rules younger people, the youth. I don't want to be the one to expose Cher, but she is giving pedo vibes heavily. She also has Mars with Pluto, which means she loves, listen, that, wow. I don't want to go there. Wow. Does he have an Aquarius placement? Let me see if that dick was given. Choose a different asset. Let's see how that plays out. Hang on, let's break this down. So he has a Venus in Scorpio. Venus in Gemini is in the 8th house. I think I was the first one to let you know that Scorpios are terrified about Gemini things. They are very heavily attracted to them. They're practically the same person, honestly. She's giving heavy pedo vibes. I'm not gonna lie. Let's see if there's like this. Hang on. Let's see if there's an Aquarius. Does he have an Aquarius placement? Hang on. I go back. I gotta go back. Does he have an Aquarius placement? Am I bugging? No, he does not have an Aquarius placement. Let's go back. Choose a different asset. But you know what? He fooled her too. He's good. Oh my God. Damn, he is like, He has Jupiter and Pisces trining his Venus. He could sell water too. Listen, he could sell things that nobody is buying. Like, that's what the fuck. God, keep those people away from me. I am content with how life is going, God. Keep that man away from me. That's crazy. Let's see. Let's go back. So, okay, so his Jupiter will fall in her 9th house. This is why Cher actually even took him serious. His Mars is over her moon. Wow. Actually, the sex was great. Ew. Wow. He makes her cry. He makes her feel tingly inside. Wow. Let's see how much by degree. Choose a different asset. Hang on, I gotta go back because this is a lot to unravel. This is I don't want to. It's like now I'm picturing the shit. Oh, I'm gonna throw up. I swear to God, I'm gonna throw up. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm gonna gather myself. Gotcha. Mars is at 21 degrees, right over her moon. Wow, he liked that old cool. Wow. Any man here ever been with an older woman? Can you please describe your things? Please, thank you. Okay, so that was Cher. Let's see. I'm going to break down Cher and him, how long this is going to... Oh, I looked at this. They're going to break up. I'm going to tell you right now. I have it. Sorry. Is that bad that I already looked at the when they was going to break up? That's kind of bad, right? I was like, this ain't going to last long. I mean, it gave away not lasting long. It gave mind you, she's a Taurus, so Uranus is over her. So baby, might be the first time she get a heartbreak. Is this the first time Cher feels? Hang on. I took a picture of it. I didn't take a picture of it. I saw it. Hang on. I know I took a picture of this shit. No, I fucking didn't. Okay, so they're going to break up. I just know I forgot when. It's either 3 or 4 years from now. I don't know. But listen. Mars was in the 12th house. I'm sorry. What's the age difference? I can't even do the math, bro. I can't count that much, that far. Like, that age gap is giving like calculus. It's too much. It's too much numbers. Too much of a distance. My bad. Anyways, he's probably got his Saturn on. He probably got Saturn in his 5th. Does he? He does. No. He has Saturn. Look. They've been talking for a while. Trust me, they've been, because he has Saturn. When Saturn was in Capricorn, this definitely was a thing. Like that's just when he started cheating. He started doing those other things. They've been talking for at least a year. At least a year. Maybe he does. Maybe he is a Libra rising. You're right. He might be a Libra rising, and he is into you might be onto something, Callie. 40 years. 40 years. Damn. I can't do that math, y'all. That was a lot. That's a lot. Okay. Anyways, back to Cher. Choose a different asset. Yeah. You might be right. This is giving that he might have a Libra rising. You onto something, bro. Or he could be a Leo rising. Right? He could be a Leo rising because he's coming out now in the limelight, maybe, or a Libra rising, because either one. I mean, because Leos do dumb shit. Sorry. Hang on. Who I'm looking for? I'm looking for Cher. Okay, here we go. Cher. 3. Okay, Cher. Yeah, that was my theory. So we're done with Cher. Thank you. I can't count that far. That's deep. Is getting that vintage coon. When I'm 76, I don't want an old man. I feel like Cher. Oh God, you out here giving pedo vibes too. You about to be on the island with them too. Why Libra and Leo? Because Saturn is gonna sit in your 5th house and your 7th house. So next year, when Saturn goes into what the fuck is that? When Saturn goes into Pisces, sorry, I forgot. Scorpios. Right? Scorpio risings and a lot of Scorpios are going to be dating older people because Saturn is going to go into Pisces. Older people with nice eyes. Then, Virgo, Virgos. We ain't got to go there. Virgos like dating, we don't got to go there. Virgo likes to go. While Leos go shopping, I've seen Leo people date Leo people and Aries people. They love dating younger people. They like to shop at the NICU. While Virgo goes to the elderly home. So yeah, that's my prediction. I'm already giving you 2023 predictions. I'm out here already doing work for you, bro. Scorpio, if you are dating someone old next year, holla at me. You find them real attractive. And Virgo, regular shit. You know what I'm saying. Anyways. You know what, Virgo? You're going to date somebody you actually like. Because you like grandfathers. And it's coming into your 7th house. You appreciate things like that. He's a Virgo and he's a Taurus, Earth on Earth. Makes sense too. He's a, yeah, so I was going based on the Venus and the thing. Because what happens is, the sun and the other, those are basic synastry. In relationship, we're passionate about you. The relationship lasts long when both are taking care of each other. Like, they're both keeping up with their looks, usually. We got to be honest. Honesty is key. Usually, especially for men, because they're more, obviously, visual people, apparently. So, keeping up with your Venus things can help. And keeping up with your Mars things, can also help. Mars is that drive, that passion that you guys have towards each other. So, for instance, she has a Mars in Leo, right? And he has a Mars in Capricorn. That's his 8th house. She's exciting. She's different. She's giving him this intensity that he might have needed again, that it might have died off with whatever her name is, Amber Rose. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why. Because and shit like that. Anyways, we're going to go. Who's the other people? We just did Amber. We just did the guy and Cher. So, yeah, I don't think they're going to last. I think they're breaking up, like, after these eclipses. I'm not going to lie to you. They're giving 2 to 3 year span. I'm not going to lie. I can't lie to you. I think he can't disrespect her. He had a different league with this woman. He could feel that, and that's why he has to deal with this delicacy. Oh yeah, that's a fact. She's grooming him. Because it burns out whenever. So what happens is their Mars are going to burn out, which means you're overdoing something in your relationship. That's what happens. Libra is a relationship thing. There's got to be a balance. So if you're always doing something. Okay. At least he can get her. He's working on that bag. That's a fact. He's working on a retirement. Mercedes, that's really gross, bro. You got me visualizing that shit. Anyways, yeah, so because Mars in Capricorn with Mars and Leo, that passion, they're overdoing something. So, which means you're gonna burn that out. It could be arguing. It could be having too much sex could burn out a fucking relationship. It could be, you stab each other too many fucking times, Mars shit. You're gonna end that relationship. Venus, it's not just about looks, So I just want you to know. So it's the looks and the passions you give each other. Okay, so what's the other people we was gonna talk about? Erica Mena. By the way, it's kind of sad, but it was funny to me too because she's a Scorpio. So, and Safari's a Cancer. Yes. Is he? Yes, he's a Cancer. He's a sun in Cancer, 12 degrees. He's actually born on July 4th, which is actually a great star seed. Interesting enough. Anyways, we got to get to this going. Sorry, y'all. I got to go do my fucking thing. Oh, we're almost done. We're almost done, y'all. Oh shit, I see you with the purple hoodie. Anyways, let's find the same concept. He has Venus and Leo, right? So he has Venus and Leo with the North Node, which is funny because she got a lot of surgeries. Yeah, that's a fact. She has a lot of surgeries. And honestly, I was thinking and I don't want to go there. I'm not going to talk about other people's kids, but something about their kid gives off something's off. I don't want to go into deeper details because then I'm going to have you looking at your chart, DMing me. I'm like, I have that. Do you think? I don't want to hear that. So anyways, he has Venus and the North Node together, right? Venus, again, is the women he's attracted to. Which is funny because all the girls that he likes are long hair bitches. Which is, they kind of look the same anyways. Okay. Then he has Mars and Gemini. Mars, Yeah, I think her son. I don't want to go there. Okay, I just don't want to go there. Thank you so much for being there with me. So anyways, Venus is in Leo. Then we have Mars is in Gemini. I'm sorry. Oh, God. Okay, what does that mean? It's funny, like I said, like he likes these Spanish women. Before, right, he used to date Nicki Minaj because obviously Nicki Minaj was a bigger star and a bigger everything than him. That's why he has Venus and the North Node together. Mind you, he has Venus at 5 degrees Leo. He always dates powerful women. Then he has Mars and Gemini, which is technically in his 12th house. Kind of. I don't want to go there because I put it on Patreon. You already know. I'm gonna do the whole breakdown again for Patreon, just so I could go into mad details so they could go do that shit with their own fucking chart. The son was born premature. Okay. Yeah, I didn't want to go there either. Thank you for being nice about it because I didn't know what it was, but the daughter, I think, is also the daughter. Anyways, where we were going. So yes, he's going through his Mars return. He's also getting Saturn is on his K2. They're fighting over money. Apparently, she makes more money than him. Some clip that I saw, Love and Hip Hop shit, really quickly. And I saw it also. They revealed how much he makes OnlyFans. He only makes 1 million. She makes 4 million, right? So basically, they're fighting over money because it's interesting. He has 2 degrees, the North Node. So his North Node is at 2 degrees. His South Node is at 2 degrees. 2 degrees are Taurus things, which is money, right? Which is Chiron is in Taurus. He has a negative relationship. I don't want to say negative because then you're going to sit there. Okay. He has a challenging relationship with money because his Venus is already eclipsed. It makes a square to that Chiron by sign. He has Saturn in Libra, another Venusian sign, of course, right? Because it's, again, is a man thing, and he has a lot of feminine energy. No offense to my guy, but he does. He has a lot. He has a female. He has a sun in a water sign. His Jupiter is in a Libra. Again, I'm talking about man things. So when you look at a man's chart, you got to go look at his Jupiter because those are his beliefs, right? He has Jupiter in Libra next to Saturn. Again, this is a square to his sun. These are all ego things. Remember, the sun is ego. It makes a square. They're 4 houses away. He's very sensitive when it comes to about money, right? So what happens is, especially also, he has, like I said, the North Node is next to Venus, another money thing. He has the South Node 8 houses away from his sun, a house away from that. Anyways, I'll talk about that another thing. Let's go into Erica Mena so you can see what's going on, so I can tell you the whole thing. This is Erica. She is a Scorpio. Okay. Straight up, same thing, right? She's a Scorpio. I'm going straight to the nitty gritty. Venus. I got Venus in Sagittarius, 5 degrees, right? And I have her Mars at Libra, 19 degrees. Bet. Okay. What else? Venus is in 1 house away from her sun. You know what that means if you've been on Patreon, right? She has, what I'm trying to refer to those Venus and the Mars thing is, she has that trines their Venus. So they liked each other. They were very attracted to each other when they first started. Why? Because her Venus is in Sag, his Venus is in Leo. Together, they rank each other up. What does that mean? They helped each other rise back to a name, whatever, put their name back out there. Because remember, when they started dating, Safari was done with Nikki. Nikki was she was dating Meek Mills. What else? They was fake on Love and Hip Hop. People was watching Love and Hip Hop just to watch them. You feel me? So they was putting each other up there. Their name was out there. They like that energy, right? And what happens is, again, both of them have they have a toxic relationship with money. Well, how do I know that, Shirley? Well, his Venus is always going to be dealing with money, finances, resources, right? Her Venus is next to Saturn, which means her love that she might have seen from elders, because Sagittarius is also an elder energy, family thing. She grew up with family who were very pressed on money, right? Because Venus is harmony. So this is 2nd house away from her sun. This talks about growing up. These are also relationship that she had with money. Right? She's had the same, everybody has a fucking, mind you, she's a Scorpio. So this is an internal, this is things that happen. Scorpios, the difference between a Scorpio is, what happens is, people tend to come your way for what you have. Again, it's kind of like this user energy. And Scorpio does it to people. You know that? So she's very good at finding okay, this is a resource, I'm going to use you. She's good at that. So her relationship, her first interaction with people, because her sun is in Scorpio, are always going to be this like, well, I have this thing you need and you have this thing that I need. Let's do it. And it sounds like that. I don't know if you ever dealt with Scorpios that are kind of negative in their energy with money. You are going to know right away, because the way a Scorpio treats money, the way he blows on it, or the way he's like cheap with it, or how he sees your interaction, if it's worth the time. That's how Scorpio think, honestly. It's all about if this is worth their shit, because Taurus fits their 7th house. Anyways, long story short. Okay, she's very much like that. Anyways, what else? She has a Mars in Libra. So Mars is in this 12th house energy away from her sun. Mars talks about the boyfriends in her life. Mars is the ruler of her Jupiter, which is husbands, right? Her Jupiter is in Aries, is in a positive trine to Venus. So I think she's gonna win. They're in court right now because he wants her money, because apparently she makes more money than him, whatever the case may be. I think that she's gonna win. I don't know, but he's putting up a good fight, so I definitely think she's gonna win. But the reason being, there's still kind of like the reason why he's even like doing this, Jupiter and Mars are opposing each other. So her boyfriends oppose this Jupiter, her husband's energy. What does that mean? Which means, because Mars is technically the ruler of her sun, she may be loyal by default to these people who she lit up that energy, kind of. Because she made it about money it lights up the energy for attracting those type of men that are kind of like, well, I went half with you last weekend and you should go half, you're the one that should buy dinner now. Like, if he's always in that kind of it's because Jupiter is abundance, right? So Jupiter being this abundant energy opposing the Mars, right? You're going to be seeing them overdo this in some area of their life. Mind you, Mars is that shit, that sun. So these eclipses come, right? These eclipses comes in this, these eclipses come into their ego houses. So for instance, these eclipses are happening to her sun and Pluto, right? And I think she doesn't have any Taurus placement. She has a Lilith and Leo, right? So that's opposing, which is interesting because that talks about her public image. And we seen a different side of her. He brought out a different side of her. Now let me show you what this other thing, hang on. Where we at? Okay. So we have this, so what's his name? He's getting eclipse in his Uranus with his Lilith, okay? And he in Scorpio, which is basically, he's having a Uranus return. No, excuse me, opposition. So Uranus and Taurus is opposing his Uranus, which obviously he's older than her. What the fuck is her Uranus? Hang on. Choose a different, no, hers is in Sag because obviously it's not next to her sun. Yeah, so he's having his Uranus opposition and he has this, then we have the eclipse happening, right? So Saturn is opposing her Venus, which it was about this money thing. He's using the kids as this pawn kind of thing, possession, object, right? They're both are, I'm not going to kid you not, right? They have different viewpoints, which is interesting because he has a Jupiter in Libra, she has a Jupiter in Aries. This goes down way deep. Anyways, long story short, I think that obviously I don't like when courts get involved because technically the only person losing is the child. But because they're getting heavy eclipse, and I didn't really see the rest of the chart. But I did see him that when Jupiter goes into, Saturn is going to go into Pisces and is going to, Saturn's going to go into Pisces and is going to square is going to trine his sun. So he's going to keep applying the pressures in court cases. Obviously, Saturn is going to be in her 5th house of children. So they're really playing a dangerous game with the system, honestly. So I don't want to go into details because there's this kid thing going on that I don't really want to go to, but she's going to have her Jupiter return. Is he going to have it? No. And I think she's going to win because Jupiter is going to help her. It's going to go back into her sign. So if they go next year, yeah, she's definitely going to, I think for sure she should win the case about her money. They're going to try to split the kids, obviously. So, yeah, they're both going to go to court. But in the difference is, so because he's a sun in Cancer, Saturn is going to be 9 houses away, which refers to his judging his character, his morals, because the 9th house aspect is more like a moral thing. While Sun is going to be trining her Saturn in the 5th house placement, which I guess people will judge her children or the parenting. Well, not necessarily the parenting, but they're going to judge her personality even more. They're going to talk about, he might even throw the personality. She might that's why he kind of, he has other court cases because some other shit came up. I don't know what the fuck it is, but it's definitely, I think that he should chill. I think they should both chill on this. And settle this out of the court but I honestly think this is going to keep on going and this is going to go into next year. And obviously this might be their fucking Love and Hip Hop storyline. So she has an older son. Yeah, I know. Anyways, so sorry, where was he going? So he started a fight at the, yeah, I definitely, he started the fight at the wrong time, or he's poking the bear too much, and he's definitely going to be on some shit, you know? Okay, so I'm going to be saving this. I'm going to be posting this on YouTube right now because I'm walking home with it. Matter of fact, let's do it. And I am sending out all Zoom videos. If you had a reading and you had a Zoom video, I'm sending them out. I have to do a weird process in order for me to save it. I have to kind of like save it in my phone, put it on Google Drive, and then email it to people. That is annoying because in the span of me waiting for all of this, my attention span gets really short. So, yeah, just want to let you know it's a working process. Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. So, yes, once again, if you learned anything from here, also, I'm going to do an even further breakdown. I might actually go on Zoom now for Patreon because we're going to talk about your vagina. I'm your personal gynecologist, and I'm going to look at it in a chart, and we could break this shit down even more. So, yes, see me on Patreon. We're about to go there.